What's going on, guys? I know I've been saying I was going to go live for several days now, and I haven't done it yet, and it's been hectic. There's a lot of things that I wanted to bring up or talk about that is going on with me. Hang on. Okay. There's several new things that is going on with me, this channel, and a reason why that I haven't been uploading like I used to, why I haven't been uploading as frequent. And if you can remember back, we'll give it just a second here and let a few people get on, or I ain't got to repeat myself over and over. But what's going on? What's up with everybody? I got a pretty big thing I want to say, and I'm going to let a few people sign on. It usually takes, I don't know, a second or two for people to get on. So, but I don't remember if it's the last live video I done or what, but I had said that that we had found out that my wife was pregnant and that we was gonna have a baby. And when I let everyone in on that information, we had just found out she was pregnant, and it was, I kind of told y'all right after we found out. And let's see, the baby is due, she would be about 5 months, 5 months, I think, right, she's about 5-6 months now. And she went to the doctor the other day for a checkup, and I have always said that kids hold a special place in my heart. My son that I have now, he was born really premature, and I had to kind of watch a lot of ups and downs and stuff with him, and I've just always held a big place in my heart with kids. And she went to the doctor the other day just for a random checkup, and there was some stuff coming up that wasn't normal. So that has been a lot of what has been going on with me as far as why I haven't been uploading. I've had a lot on my mind, and the holidays come up, and I'm not gonna be back myself, I guess, until I know that everything's all right with her, with the baby, and all of that. So that is one reason why I haven't uploaded, as consistently as normal. And we go to Children's Hospital next Monday. I think it's the 7th, like 4 days from now, and they're going to do some tests and make sure that everything is okay. They done some tests the other day, and there was a lot of things that didn't come back good, or we didn't come back like we wanted them to, or like they should have. So we're going to go and get the test run and see where everything's at, see what we need to prepare for, see what just see what's going on. And that has taken, when you get information like that, you go to the doctor's office, and they go in there with just hopeful and excited and all that to hear heartbeats and see pictures of your baby and stuff like that. And then they come in, and then they worry you to death and tell you that they don't come out and just say, hey, there's this problem, or hey, there's that problem, but they say, we're going to send you for more tests. And with it being at the end of the year, we couldn't get in, to the big, women's and children's hospital until the first of the year. So we go through the holidays just wondering. And, I have about made myself sick sitting wondering, is everything okay and stuff like that. So that's been, I've got a lot of emails and seen in the comments and stuff about why I haven't been posting as much. And, I had, talked about doing things with the, Corvette, and just a lot of things that I haven't done. I've, procrastinated this live feed for a week, 2 weeks now. And I haven't, until I get that information that, she's okay, the baby's okay, that's all that I can think about. So, by the way, it is a girl. The first girl that is born or the first girl that either my wife or my family has had in over 30 years. So, kind of exciting. But I don't know what to do with a girl. I guess you just take care of him just like you do the boy. I raised him all right, so I guess I'll be all right. But that's kind of the big news, I guess, that I wanted to share with everyone. I've seen several comments here. I'm fixing to go back and check them all, but until we go Monday, say a prayer, think about us. I really don't know what to say. I've been kind of in a daze for the past couple of weeks dealing with this, or me and my wife, my son, he don't understand, he don't know, and hopefully everything's all right. I mean, the way that they tell you that there's a problem, but not to worry, and it's hard not to worry when a doctor says there's a problem. So, it's something that I will update y'all. Hopefully, Monday or Tuesday I can come back and give you great news and say everything's fine. That's what we're praying for. That's what we're hoping for. So, say a prayer for us. Think about it, but I will keep you updated. And, that's what's been going on with me. And that's why things has kind of felt different on the channel. So, it's like there's getting close to 100 people on here now. So, I'm gonna roll through some comments. If I think anything that I left out about that going on, I'll let you know here in a second. But let me go back through the comments. 2019, yeah, I said I was gonna do this video from before the end of the year, and it never happened. We had all of our big family Christmas and New Year's and all that at my place, so I've had a lot going on. Usually I don't have to worry about all that. We have it at somebody else's house, but this year it was our house. So family first, say a prayer. Thank y'all very much, everybody. I've seen several comments here talking about saying prayer. So I mean, really, this is something very, very big. So y'all do keep us in your prayers. Not only the baby, but my wife, my whole family, but my wife and the baby also. So when is the 405 show coming back on? I don't know. I actually I heard the other day that the way that they do seasons, it's basically one after another. It's gonna be a minute. I'm gonna say spring. I haven't heard yet. There'll be somebody leak it out before they start advertising it, but I'm gonna say spring. What's up, Zach? I hope you're talking with your wife about all stranded days in marriage. What's going to wife and girl? Yeah, the comment here says, I hope you're talking with your wife about all this and the strain on the marriage and stuff like that. But my son, he was born at 28 point something weeks, and that he weighed 2 pounds, 212 at 28 weeks, and that was a pretty. We made it through that. I mean, we'll make it through anything. It's just the doctor's saying, hey, there's a problem, but don't start worrying yet. We're sending you to a specialist. I mean, it's just when you're dealing with something like that, when you've had problems with it in the past, it's just hard not to worry. What's with the YouTube video JJ did talking about you? I don't know. I haven't seen them. I actually, hang on. It's in God's hand. It is in God's hands. I don't know. Back to James Hill said, what's with the YouTube video JJ did talking about you? I'll be honest with you. I haven't watched any of them. I haven't read anything that they've said, and I've done it, and I did it intentionally. I didn't want to read it. I didn't want to see it because, just reading the comments and stuff that, I've seen several people, how does it feel that JJ's talking about, I don't feel either way. It don't matter to me. I'm not trying to impress JJ, or I'm not trying to hurt JJ, either one. I don't get his angle. I don't understand why he's, saying what he's saying, or what he's supposedly saying, but, it is what it is. But I purposely have not watched any of them because what's the point? He's watching my videos, so I mean, I don't want I don't want to hear what he said because apparently, he's had to take whatever I've said wrong. But it is what it is. Is New Orleans coming back? No, New Orleans got canceled, and Memphis got the budget for the New Orleans crew. And the amount of people on here, saying they're praying, y'all, that's amazing. This whole channel, is kind of gave an outlet for me to talk about this type of stuff and talk about anything and everything. And I haven't really used it for that, these reasons before. And, I had thought a lot about waiting until, we did get some information before I said anything. But, I promised this live feed, and, I'm just not myself right now. So, I know that there'll be somebody say something. So I just wanted to kind of put that out there. And plus, prayer works. I fully believe that prayer works. And, anybody who can, the more, I guess, people that can pray for you, the better off you are. So, like I said, we don't know if anything is wrong. But, you will be the first to know, I guess. We got another about 6 or 7 days before we find out. So, are they going to bring No Prep Kings back on? Yes, No Prep Kings is on TV right now. Like, literally right now. Sending prayers to you and your family from Plymouth, England. Man, that's amazing. I've seen a lot of countries in my live videos, in my comments and stuff, and it's amazing that, my videos has made it as far as they have. I mean, I can look on YouTube in the analytics and see exactly where all they've been watched, but it's amazing the platform of YouTube, the way that you can spread any type of word, whatever you want to talk about, you can put it as far as here's another guy in the United Kingdom. Man, it's insane. The kind of changing gears here, this guy said something about No Prep Kings, and No Prep Kings last year when it come on season 1, I enjoy it. I like the No Prep. I like seeing all the cars, the cars that we all know, the cars that, everybody's got a favorite outside of the shows. But I don't, watching it on TV, you can go to YouTube and watch everything that happened in, every race from 20 different angles. There's more angles of the races that are going on TV right now from Bristol on YouTube than what Discovery Channel has. You do get a lot of in the pits type stuff, but it would be the same thing as if, the 405, somebody was recording on cell phones and leaking all the races out to Facebook and YouTube before the show aired. I mean, I enjoy watching any car-related shows. I enjoy watching, but No Prep Kings, it just isn't. It isn't the same. Which none of the shows are the same like they was when they first come out. But it's still. I can't believe Big Chief goes out in the first round. He I haven't kept up with No Prep Kings as much as as all of it, but Reaper is probably one of the ones that has surprised me a lot. He got a hold of, I don't know if it was a good luck streak or figured something out or got a good tuner or what happened, but there was a bunch of races that Reaper made it, a long way in. Reaper's usually a duck, he's usually one of the ones that go out pretty quick, but this time it seemed like he's been doing a little better than he has his whole TV career. Who all's on here? Your videos made it out to Hawaii. Yeah, I got some family in Hawaii. I got a nephew a cousin that's in the Navy, and he's out there, and I got some family that went out there to see him for Christmas. So, Fort Worth, Texas. I want to go into a little more, just kind of had something I want to say. I wouldn't sweat it if you, wait. I wouldn't sweat it if you don't talk about anybody and you just tell it like it is. They're just haters. What island's he on? I'll be honest with you. I have no idea. I don't have any idea. I know he's in the Navy, wherever there's a Navy base out there, and maybe that if that might help you. But I want to go back up and address a comment right here. People that talk shit about you, they're just haters. The whole deal, and I guess I'm just gonna let a little cat out of the bag here with the whole deal about JJ and him talking about me and stuff. And I had I'm trying to figure out. I want to word this right because this is a live video and ain't no going back and editing it. I had a driver from Memphis send me a message on Facebook, and I don't even do Facebook. I have one. I never get on it. I get on Instagram if I get on a social media platform, and I do good to have time to do this. I thought about making a Facebook page for this YouTube channel, but I haven't. But anyway, and I got a message on Facebook Messenger, and the name was a name of a driver, and the profile picture was the car, and he said, "Hey, are you the guy that does the videos on YouTube?" I commented back, and he sent me his cell phone number, and he said, "Call me." And I sat there for a few minutes, and I was trying to figure out what to do, and I messed around. I ended up calling him, and we talked for a few minutes, and he said that he didn't care if I said his name. And I told him, it just kind of depended on what he wanted to tell me. And then he told me several things. It was about when they went out west, and that's when I said the stuff about the motel rooms and all that, and just how they claim so much family and stuff, and it really wasn't as family oriented or family related as he wanted it, or they was portraying it to be, I guess is the best way to say it. And then he gave me a phone number and the information to get in contact with another guy whom originally founded Memphis Street Outlaws, and told me to call him. Well, we played phone tag for 2 weeks, and I finally got a hold of him, and me and him talked for over 2 hours. And he told me a lot of stuff about stuff that would hurt a lot of people. And I downloaded an app on my phone that recorded the call before I ever even called them, because I do good to remember my name sometimes, so I didn't want to get anything twisted or anything like that. I wanted to be able to go back and reference whatever it was to go back and say it right on my videos. So, and the amount of information that goes by, it's insane. And a lot of stuff is stuff that anybody with a little bit of a brain can figure out. But it's amazing of all the stuff that happened and how Memphis, how Memphis Street Outlaws even became and all that. And I didn't say a lot of things out of straight respect for JJ, and I can see where he took what I said wrong or got mad at what I said or whatever. But nothing. I never heard JJ's side of the story either. So I didn't put out anything that could hurt anybody. I'm trying to figure out the most sensitive way to say what I'm trying to say. I could have said a lot more things to hurt a lot more people, and the only credibility that I have is a cast member from the show told me, and the cast member, if there is another season of Memphis Street Outlaws, more than likely won't be on the show. And, you know, I don't know if he was bitter from that or what, but he didn't get a lot of TV time this year, and the guy's got a super fast car, so, you know, you can probably process of elimination, figure out who I'm talking about, but, you know, I could have hurt people a lot worse than what I did and put a lot more information out there than what I did, but that wasn't my goal, was to set out and hurt anybody, so I didn't. If, you know, JJ took what I said wrong, or, you know, was trying to defend himself from what I was saying, you know, I can understand it a little bit, I guess, but it was never malicious, or, you know, I never wanted to actually hurt them. You know, I enjoy the show. I don't want to see the show go anywhere, and you know, it was nothing but respect for them. I'm not doing this just for the money. You know, JJ said something about that, and I offered to, you know, not put any ads in the video and let him tell the truth. If he said that I was doing it for money over the race, or the respect of the race, or didn't care anything about the race, it was just for the ads, you know, that would debunk that one right there. But it is what it is. I'm gonna roll back up here and catch some of these. Hey, video, thanks for replying to my comment in the last video. We are done with the haters in 2019. That's right. Man, the last video that I had, man, I had a lot of really positive comments. It was really, it made me feel good reading them comments. Usually you can get kind of depressed reading them, but I got a lot from Australia, Pennsylvania, Fort Worth, Texas, Hawaii, United Kingdom, North Carolina. I don't know what island he's on. Michigan, Nebraska, Honolulu, Indianapolis, Clemson or Alabama for the college championship. Roll Tide, roll Tide, roll Tide. Alabama that was a good game. We watched that the other day. I see some pictures I have some pictures I'd like you to see. JEASTRACING@gmail.com. Send them to me. If y'all watching my videos, y'all know all this stuff. There was a girl who sent me a email the other day, and I mean, she sent, there was pictures of her with midget, you know, standing with heifer and midget. I mean, it was credible 100%. And she said, was talking about how it wasn't I don't remember which episode it would have been. I guess it would have been the little JJ's arm drop that went on out there. Said that it was all, you know, said it was all rigged, it was all fake. But I mean, you got nitrous cars and they're not shooting any flames out. I mean, you can tell, you know, what's going on. And if there's really $30,000 up for grabs, they're not going to be letting somebody else drive who's lost every race and stuff like that. I mean, they're going to be trying to get that money. So I don't know. We'll figure it. We'll see where it goes. I don't know. It'll all unfold the way it needs to unfold. So Happy New Year. Happy New Year to y'all too. Killer Cab. The rule for next season, Street Outlaws, you should lose a crown. Hang on. The rule for next season of Street Outlaws should be, if you lose the crown, you must race down. That's a good, I agree with that. I agree with that. You should get paid to do this. I get paid a little bit, not as much as what everybody thinks, I don't guess. I don't do it for the money. You should say more detail and name. I'm not going to do that. It could cost someone more than what it's worth. I think that the driver is going to be on next season of No Prep Kings, so I don't want nothing to come back and to hurt him or anything like that. He's a great guy. So Will Hoyt puts out Chief in the first round, then Reaper puts out Will Hoyt in the second. Yeah, 99% of the time when it comes to Street Outlaws, I have got spoiled to DVR and fast forward through commercials. So I don't watch anything in live TV anymore. I'll wait. If it's something, say Street Outlaws, it's an hour long, I will wait about 20 or 30 minutes, and that way I can fast forward through the commercials. So I'm not even watching it right now. I mean, I know Megalodon wins it. That's about it. So, whenever I get off here, I'll probably go in and I'll sit down and watch it. But I know everything that's going to happen because of YouTube, so it's not really that exciting to me. Love your channel, appreciate it. You should say more detail and name. I've dropped enough hints in my past videos about where you can find the information that I've said and stuff that I don't feel like I need to say anymore. For one, I know they're business owners in Memphis or around Memphis, and I don't want to do that to anybody. I wouldn't want it done to me, even though I guess JJ is doing it to me. I'm not hating on anybody. It's not that I'm like jealous or that I'm not by any means saying I can do any better, or I'm not saying I can run with them or that they're not fast or anything like that. But something that I was told in the phone call, which, like I said, it was well over 2 hours, that the show was, like the long game of the show was going to be a show about JJ's life, not, like the 405 about racing. That's the reason JJ's mama's in them, and, the whole family and stuff like that. It was going to be, a show that was about JJ's life, but with racing through in, not just, just the racing. So, anybody who knows anything about cars or, racing or nitrous and, just the way power adders work and things like that, you can watch, the races, the way the cars are acting, and you can tell whether they're giving it everything that they've got or not. I haven't ever like looked at a 405 racer, when they're racing each other or anybody, and thought that they truly threw the race or didn't give it everything that they had while they was racing. And it seems like every episode of Memphis, I can see something like that go on. This whole season on Memphis Street Outlaws, a Memphis racer has lost maybe 5 or 6 times. And I mean, it's every episode, it's the same thing. They line up against a lot slower cars, and they just run off and leave them, and, they win. It's every single time. I just don't know if they're racing any good competition or what the deal is, but it's just, I'm a nobody. I know that I'm a nobody, especially to these guys on the show, or guys and gals, but, my subscribers and the people that are watching my videos are their audience also. And, if I'm noticing this, other people's noticing this, and, listen to me. I'm not gonna, if I'm getting, 30, 40,000 views per video, I mean, I like I just said, I know I'm a nobody, but that is enough for somebody who makes decisions about the show to take notice and listen to me. So, I don't know. I don't want to see the show hurt or the show go anywhere, but few things are going to have to change to get the show to be able to stay longer than 3 or 4 seasons, and that's my opinion. Let me roll back up here and catch up on some comments. Lose the crown, go back to 10 and start. Hang on. Monza is going to win Bristol. Nope, Monza is not going to win Bristol. Megalodon's gonna win Bristol. Oh, I thought y'all were. My bad. The the hang on, is MSO over? I'm not sure. I don't know if it'll have some kind of recap or anything. I haven't looked. You can go on your DVR probably and look and see. I think it is. I think next Monday night starts No Prep King, so I'm pretty sure that it's done. I agree to go back to 10 if you lose the crown. MSO is definitely rigged, and I think it's actually annoying and all. There's a lot of people that says that, but there's a lot of people that says that JJ is more of a type of guy that they can relate to, and that's the reason they like it. But, you know, if you think back to 6 years ago, Chief was the same way. Chief was, you know, go back and watch some of the first, second season. Chief is the average guy, you know, that the average car guy. And, I mean, progression is the reason their cars are as fast as they are. But, you know, they have something to progress for, which is the list. Where Memphis, they don't have a reason to progress. They can just keep inviting, you know, 550 cars to race, or even 50 cars at the track to race that they know they're going to outrun. For one, there's way more cars that are that caliber of car in the world or in the United States for them to invite to race, where the 405 doesn't have as many cars to invite to race because they're so much faster. So, you know, just kind of, you got to think about it at all angles, I guess, for it to, the 405 is definitely faster than Memphis, without a doubt. I mean, there's a few times here and there where it, you know, one might lose or whatever, but 9 times out of 10, the 405 is going to outrun Memphis. And the people that the 405 invite to race is competition. You know, it is equivalent cars to them, or it's supposed to be before they get there. And it just seems like when Memphis does it, it's not. It's some small tire cars and just not the caliber car that they are racing. And it's just they win every race. It's not, you know, it's just not as good of racing to me. If they would start a list or do a grudge, you know, do something, you know, to be able to, you know, test themselves, push each other and that sort of thing, push each other to get faster and that sort of thing, you know, like the list does, then I do feel like it would be a better show. But, you know, it is what it is. And, you know, what I say ain't going to change nothing. But like I said a minute ago, I know I'm a nobody, but I'm a nobody with 40,000 subscribers that, you know, is watching my videos and has a voice in, you know, the world of Street Outlaws. I guess the best way to say it. Let's go back up here and keep up with the comments. It would make for better TV. We get to see more races. Yeah, I agree. Man, you can go back and watch. I know every time I read a comment, I get off on a 5-minute rant, but I'm sorry. It'd make for better TV if we'd see more races. You can go back and watch some of the older episodes, and man, they would, you know, take the 405 for example. The last season, all right, when it come on, it would go to someone's shop, and they would talk about, you know, for say a minute and a half, they'd talk about the race that happened the week before. And then it would go to another person's shop. It'd usually go to 3 or 4 of them shop and then say race night. And then they would argue for a little while and, you know, then they'd race. And the cars have just got so fast in the 405 that it's hardly ever good races anymore. It's usually just a complete blowout. It's, you know, somebody smokes the tires and the other one just runs out of their life. Or somebody tires up and somebody runs out of their life or something. But it's just, I want it to go back to its roots and go back to us seeing them work on the cars, seeing them wrench on the cars, not just talking about what happened the week before and then go out there and argue and I don't know. I guess I'm wanting too much, I guess. But, there is a way to reel it back in to reality and, true reality, not reality television, true reality. And they just got to see that to be able to keep the show going. And, that's my point of view. That's my opinion. And, whether they listen or not, I don't know. I'm trying to catch back up here. I'm watching No Prep Kings. Everything on TV is scripted. Scripted is one thing, but entertaining scripted is what I enjoy. Don't think the bets are real. The one thing, and that's something that I've always wondered. Ever since I've been making these videos for, let's see, about 15 months or so, about Street Outlaws, I've been doing it about a year and a half or something. Yeah, about 15 months. And that's something I've always seen in the comments. I've always questioned, wondered, and, didn't really know the answer to. Like cash days and stuff, I know that was real. And that is something that I asked the driver from Memphis. I said, man, are the bets real? And he said that they was 100% real. When it comes to like the 405, racing each other, I don't know. But the bets that you see on TV, the drivers, a driver with nothing to lose told me that it was real. So, I take it with a grain of salt. I don't know. Big Chief wins Bristol. That was last year. He don't win this year. I went to No Prep King's tapings, and the amount of delays were, they're insane. I haven't. Your video feed sounds like a big inch nitrous motor leaning out. Who is faster, 405 or New Orleans? New Orleans, I'm assuming you meant the people, the guys from New Orleans, the show. Most of the people on the show from New Orleans was actually from Mississippi, but the 405 is faster, in my opinion, consistently as a team. On the street, it's better to see more cars, not just a list of 10. Farm truck is the only reason why I watch the 405. In a real street race, who wins, old heavy or farm truck? Farm truck is fast. Farm truck is faster than what anybody believes, mainly most of the time because he's racing somebody that's so fast it looks like he isn't as fast, but farm truck would run out of old heavy's life. They raced on a No Prep. Go watch it. Tom 80's got it. I know. I will back Tom 80 till the end. So check him out. Type in Tom Heavy Farm Truck versus Old Heavy on YouTube and go back and watch it. I think Jeff Lutz and Monza is the best for 405. Man, I'm a kamikaze and dominator guy. Man, I've always pulled for underdogs. I love underdogs. That's my two favorite from the 405. I seen somebody typed in Don Gingrich a while ago, and I'm not sure what they meant by it. It was way up there, but if you notice, Don Gingrich, he just pops up randomly on the Memphis show, and he went to, I think it was the Arizona. When they went out west, they was gone like 3 episodes back to back. Was it California, New Mexico? Maybe it was New Mexico. I don't know. There was and it ended up being a JJ's arm drop in Vegas. The middle race, I think it was, there was a pro mod that JJ kept talking about. They flew this guy in just for you, Don, and they raced a pro mod that they played out on the show like they New Mexico or whoever it was flew this guy in just to be a part of their team or whatever. But Don Gingrich used to race pro mod, like NHRA sanctioned pro mod type stuff. And I've wondered myself, I can't remember the guy's name. I'll have to go back and watch it. I've still got the episode, but this is just kind of me spitballing here. But I wonder if that was like an old rival of his or something like that. It was on the show the couple of weeks ago when this happened. It was like a 70, 71, 72 Chevelle Pro Mod that he raced. And I've wondered who the guy was, if he had any type of old NHRA Pro Mod, credibility or anything like that. But just curious. Street Beast getting faster. Yeah, Street Beast is getting faster. The problem is everybody else is getting faster too. Dennis Bailey floats on the MSO crew. Dennis Bailey, he stays with them pretty consistently. But I went to Dennis Bailey's Instagram the other day. There was I've been waiting on something. I've said several times that I don't do Facebook, and apparently a lot of the stuff that JJ's been saying about me is on Facebook. And I've said it several times on that I have Instagram, that I do Instagram, not Facebook and stuff like that. And I've been waiting on somebody to pop up and tag me in something on one of JJ's Instagram pages. But I was looking through and I seen on Dennis Bailey's that he said somebody had said something, and I don't know if it was directed toward me. I wasn't tagged or in it or anything like that. And all he said was any publicity is good publicity. And, that is 100% the truth. Whether they're talking good about you, bad about you, or anything, as long as somebody's talking about you, they're bringing you up, especially in this type of situation. So, I don't know. Let me go back and catch back up. He said Reaper was fast. On No Prep Kings, Reaper has been fast, man. He's been rolling ever since Reaper got. I don't know if it's the combination that he's running. He bought Megalodon's old motor, and Megalodon is fast. The motor that I don't know if it's the motor that Megalodon's running, on the show that's going on right now, or Megalodon's old motor. Megalodon's always been fast, but ever since he put that motor in there, and I don't know what all he changed, but it's when he started driving the old Reaper car again, he's been fast. Reaper on a no prep or on a prep track, Reaper has been freaking insane fast. I like JJ, but I stopped watching him. However, very interested in No Prep Kings. No Prep Kings it's a good show to watch. I watch them. But I have to enjoy it on TV. I have to try not to watch a lot on YouTube because it does spoil it for me. And I have kind of kept up with the winners and stuff, but as far as points and all that, I haven't kept up with all of it to be able to enjoy it on TV and to be able to make a video, maybe once a week on it. I don't want to watch it now and spoil it. Last year I done that. I watched them on YouTube and talked about it as it happened instead of when it was aired. And it ruined the fun for the show and for me making these videos both. Chief, Daddy Dave, and Fireball fast in the 405, I think personally. Chief, Daddy Dave, yep, I agree with you. Chuck's fast. Chuck's is right in there with it. Monza, if you think about it, Monza's setup in his car is basically the exact same setup that the Fireball Camaro is running. So, what kind of times the Fireball's running. Monza's, driving experience. When Monza fully gets the hang of the twin turbos, he's going to be top 5 contender, easy. Nobody, I doubt it. Maybe undiscovered. I don't get it. I'd love to see Kamikaze get it together. Kamikaze, he will get it together. I think that Kamikaze is as blue collar as they come. I think Kamikaze is, he is as blue collar as they come. And Kamikaze is a likable. He just kind of got through into the driver's seat of that car and is doing everything. I truly think that he's doing everything that he can in his power to keep the car fast, keep the car competitive, and stay on top of the game as much as he can. He run junk for so long and stayed fast, consistently fast in the top 10 for a long time. So I don't ever see Kamikaze being not competitive anywhere. And I don't ever see him being not the one that is, everybody's rooting for. Chuck and Monza, top 5 for sure. Since Monza got hooked up with HPP, his car looked very fast. Man, HPP is tuning probably 6 out of the 10, maybe not that much. But I'd say roughly half of the 405's cars. Daddy Dave, Monza, Doc, there's several of the 405 guys that HPP is tuning their cars. If you look, every No Prep Kings race, all of HPP is always there tuning on a lot of people's stuff. I mean, it's not just theirs. Eric Bain, I could sit and name a bunch of them. They're sitting there. HPP has, they are the tuners for this shows, basically. Do you think Dot will go to the top? I don't. I don't think Dot will make it back to number 1. With nitrous, and their film schedule and the caliber of cars that they're running, I don't see Doc being able to consistently run his car enough to be able to make it to number 1 and stay there. They change the rules every 3 or 4 episodes, and Doc's car is fast. Doc's car can run as fast as the rest of them, but not consistently enough to make it to number 1, I guess is the best way to word it. What about Jeff Lutz? Jeff Lutz is going to have to take more time. This is my opinion, 100%. I think Jeff is a 5 or 6. I think that's exactly where I think Jeff Lutz's car is. Jeff Lutz is a racing legend. He is amazing. But Jeff Lutz's street experience with cars like that, I don't think is there enough, and I don't think that I don't know how to word it. I don't want to say it to where it's, but I don't know if he'll ever push the car hard enough to be able to stay in the top 4 or 5. He does so many other events and so many other track-related stuff with the car that the setup he would have to run for the streets would be so different that I don't know if he will commit to that level of changing his car to staying on the streets. Doc's car is able to get the top, I think. Like I said, I think as far as ETs, as far as times go, he can turn a time that could run with the top. But running nitrous like they are, he's not going to be able to make it all the way to the top. Nitrous will burn something down before you can make enough passes to. Nitrous would burn the car down before he could make enough passes to make it to the top. Now, if they had a list shakeup or something where he had a chance, in 3 or 4 races to get there in one night, he may do it. But, usually at the beginning of the season, they come out with a list shakeup, and, the first race that you race on a list shakeup pretty well decides where you're going to be. Because if you lose, you're in the bottom 5, and then you got to spend the whole season trying to get up. But if you win, you're automatically in the top 5. So if they had a list shake-up, he won the first round, he could go to number 1 maybe. But other than that, I feel like Doc's going to kind of hang out where he's at. And I think Doc also wants to prove that you can do it with a nitrous car, and he's going to spend every dime that he has staying nitrous. That's my opinion. I don't think he'll ever go twin turbo. If he done anything, any other type power adder, I do believe it'd be a Pro Charger, but hey, that's just me. Nitrous car will probably never be at the top again, turbos all the way up. You know, like I said, a nitrous car can run with them, but not just consistently. What overdrive transmission would be best for a 632 Chevy with 850? I have no idea. I mean, I have no idea. Overdrive transmission with 815 horsepower. What do you? That's a lot of motor for 850 or 815 horsepower. Would Doc ever go twin turbo with a? We just talked about that. Doc shouldn't be at number 4. Chuck smoked him at the last race by car lengths. He jumped. Yeah, and Dominator also outrun him. And that race was uncallable. Dominator did outrun him, and I watched that episode today. They had the Road to Bristol or something. They've been playing all the last season episodes, and I watched that again today. Dominator outrun him in that one, and they gave it to Doc, and I fully believe that. I fully believe that Dominator won that race. It's been about an hour. I'm about to get off here. Was everybody on here in the beginning that heard, the deal with what was going on with me? I don't want to. If everybody has heard it, I don't want to. I don't really want to spill it out again, But if people wasn't here, short rundown is. I kind of explained why I haven't been as, consistent on YouTube as I have been, and why my videos has been just kind of more random and not, like consistently once a week, twice a week, whatever they, normally are. I had told everyone, all of my subscribers a couple of months ago that we found out that my wife is pregnant. Since then, we found out it's going to be a little girl. Going to name her Harper, Harper Ivy. And my wife went to the doctor the other day for her, I guess it would be her 6-month checkup. She's in her second trimester, so yeah, it'd be 6 months. And some stuff come back abnormal, and they are sending us on to a children's hospital to have more tests run, and it's just we had some complications when my son was born, so we are kind of a little more on edge, and I just until I get confirmation from the doctor that not knowing is as bad as knowing the truth if it is bad. And, they kind of left us with a cliffhanger of what can be bad or what can be wrong and all that. And we're going Monday to, have tests run that should tell us to worry or not worry. So any prayers or, I fully believe in, God does answer prayers. Always have. Every video that I make, I end it with Godspeed. I fully believe that God answers prayers and God walks with us every day. So any prayers would be greatly appreciated. But we go the 7th. I think it's next Monday to, maybe it's not next Monday. Maybe it's not the 7th. I'm pretty sure it's next Monday. To find out what what's going on. So once that happens, I will be a lot more myself. Videos should come back like normal, and I will keep you updated. But any prayers would be greatly appreciated. So that's kind of what I said at the beginning of it. So for the guys that missed it. So I'm about to get off here in just a second. It's been about an hour. Let me roll up here and see if I can catch up on these comments, and I'm gonna get out of here. Why do you need overdrive? It's gonna be a daily driver. 815 horsepower, 632 daily driver. It's gonna be a hell of a daily driver. Where do you think JJ Boss car would make it on the 405 list? Which one of them? Which one of them? He's got he's got what, 3 or 4 of them now. So 3-speed power glide out of a 70s car. Megalodon is one fast Camaro, buddy. You've got that right. Megalodon is insanely fast. One Outlaw Armageddon turned around the next week and won Bristol $250,000 in what, 7 days? It's insane. Or maybe in 2 weeks. I don't know, but thanks for all the congratulations and the prayers and all that, y'all. It means more than anything that has ever come out of this channel. All the congratulations and all the prayers that I'm getting right now means more to me than anything that has ever come out of this channel. What are you naming your baby? Harper Ivy. My granddaddy, his name was Ivy, I-V-Y. His name was Ivy, and I had considered naming her, or we had considered naming her just Ivy, and we both like the name Harper, so Harper Ivy it is. Harper Ivy East is what she'll be. So let me get it. JJ would be like number 8 on the 405 list. That's it. Depends on what car. He could get by Reaper. Reaper ain't him there anymore. Jackie, I don't know if Jackie's truck ever, when it goes, it goes. What's wrong with Boosted GT? How come he don't race anymore? I don't know. I thought of that the other day. I seen him. He was in his the big tire car, and he was racing it with small tires. Man, I don't know. I do know that he does go out west with the 405. But as far as a part of the 405, I don't have a clue. Sorry to hear, man. Prayers. I don't think JJ could beat Reaper. The Reaper car as it sits right now, I don't know. That car is moving. I don't know what it's doing on the street, but on a no prep, it is getting it. I like Boosted too. What will New Murder Nova, or will New Murder Nova make it number 1? Eventually, he will. Man, me and my dad was talking about this today. You go back and watch when he introduced the new Murder Nova onto the list. When it first made a pass on the show, when he right before he won that Cash Days, that car made the fastest pass that I have seen on this show yet. And then he turned around and won Cash Days. And then I don't know what happened. I don't know if there's something I missed, but the car just hasn't been the same since. The car, it just died. I don't know. I hope he does. I like Sean. I think he's one of the most genuine, people on the show, especially the ones that are there for the race. But I don't know. Heard the Chief and Sean podcast coming back. I don't know. I got an email today about that. I don't know. I think that somebody made maybe Sim or somebody made a video about it. Haven't watched it. Don't know. Haven't heard anything. If it does, I'm sure that I will start getting emails about it, and I will say something. So, or I'll let y'all know whenever I know. But I hate to put stuff out or say anything if it's just speculation. I don't want to say something like that and it not be true. JJ's fastest car. I don't think he got what he wanted, Kayla. He can't blame him there. JJ's fastest car, what would it be? I guess a heifer. I don't know, man. I don't even know with if all of them, if everybody made a good straight pass and was able to put down what they could put down, JJ probably, I don't know if JJ would make it on the list, but with the consistency of the bottom of the list and how bad that it is, I would say 6. I don't know if it'd make it that far. This list has got fast. I'd say he might make it to 7, and that's just because of all of the inconsistencies of the drivers on the bottom of the list now. But JJ could probably talk his way into the top 2 or 3, but as far as driving his way, if they all made good licks, I don't even think he can make it on there. New Murder Nova suspension after cash days messed up. Yeah, I think that his so he had some motor problems also, but I don't know. I mean, they got enough money and they've had enough time through a whole season of the show to fix it, and they didn't. So I don't know, but we've been on here an hour. I'm getting off here, guys. Thank y'all for watching. Thank you very, very much for all the prayers. Y'all, that means the absolute world to me. Here in a few minutes, check out the link, grab your shirt, and thanks for watching, guys. Godspeed. Y'all mean the world to me, and I appreciate it. I'll see y'all in a couple of days with the video.